Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. We are going to be starting a new reading vlog. I'm so excited to finally read A Defense of Honor. This is a Regency Romance and I found it in the Christian section of Barnes & Noble. So I'm really excited to read this and kind of give you my thoughts as I'm reading it, because I am pretty critical when it comes to Regency romances. Now,
because it's Christian, I have a couple of thoughts, I have a couple of theories
on what we're gonna expect here, but I want to take you along this journey with me. Maybe we can discover a new genre together. But yeah, that's what this video is gonna be about. We're just gonna be vlogging me reading this book. So if you like Regency romances, if you like me, and if you like Christian fiction,
then go ahead and hit that like button down below. Don't forget to subscribe. And without further ado, let's get into reading.
good morning. This is the first check-in and it's early in the morning. I'm out on my morning walk. I think my voice still sounds deep, but yeah, I've got my smoothie, walking through a cemetery because we can't be bothered by people driving on the roads honking at women. So comment below if you think that's weird, but I've been doing it for years and I just feel like it's the best and the safest way for me to get through my walks if I choose to forego the treadmill. So anyway, let's get back to the book. I'm about 50 or 60 pages through and it's a pretty long book. Although there's only like 350 pages, the font is very small, the words are very small. Kind of daunting, but up for the challenge. The beginning has been kind of slow. We have our two main characters, Graham and Kit, and we go back and forth in their POV. Graham is like this. He's just a bachelor, but he's older. And he really is just over the whole London scene and having to find a wife, go through the balls, and kind of that whole ordeal of finding yourself a match. Whereas Kit, I think, is she's well past her age of the season, like being out in society. So she would be considered a spinster, but she's really mysterious. I don't really know the full story yet behind her because she's been hidden. They met right when the story starts. They meet, but like she won't tell him her name, and there's just like some secrets that she's keeping. So I'm still learning about what that's all about. Yeah, so far it's a slow start, but we're gonna keep reading because I've really only just started. Like I said, the font is really small, so I just have to focus and like just dig into it. I've been really busy this week and I haven't had the time to just sit down and read for a few hours this dang book, and I think it's because I just haven't been that interested in it, but I really want to give it a fair shot. So we're gonna keep trucking through it and I will keep you updated when I've gotten more read. Hopefully I will be looking better than I do right now because goodness gracious. So one thing I'm noticing in this book is there's a lot of descriptions. We got pages and pages here of just scenery, setting. Oh my gosh, very little dialogue. And I don't want to say it's boring, but like a glance through the archway revealed another empty room. Cool. Does it need to go on for 2 pages? I don't really know. Okay, just got to like the halfway mark, so I wanted to give you guys an update on where we're at. The storyline has gotten definitely more interesting. We definitely have a backstory with this girl named Kit. I don't want to get into it, but and leave like any spoilers. Her mysterious history even more interesting. And we find ourselves in kind of like a forced proximity type of situation with our two main characters. So I like that. I do also enjoy that Unlike other Regency romances that I've read in the past where they're in the midst of the London season doing the balls and doing the courting and walking in Hyde Park, all of that, we have two people that are in the countryside that are in this hidden estate, and they're just kind of getting to know each other. They have a lot of secrets, and they are just kind of poking and prying and trying to dig deeper to each other's pasts. Even though there isn't a lot of dialogue and there's a lot of like descriptive passages and pages, and it feels like it's kind of going on, it's not also nice. It's not too boring. It's just a lot. Sometimes I feel like I just want to speed read through books, and this is not that type of book, so it's fine. But yeah, I just got to a point where we're going back in time, so we possibly are gonna get some questions answered with Kit, but I like her as a main character. She is definitely a cryptic woman. I personally still don't know yet why she ran away from London, which that's not a spoiler, by the way, it's in the back of the book. And I also really like Graham. I think that he's a really nice gentleman. He's not like the other rake type of stories you read about a lot in historical romances. I think he's more of a gentleman. He is just so uninterested in the way people live in London. He wants more. He's super bored with the monotony of just everyday London society and being a viscount, being the son of an earl, all of those responsibilities and expectations of you. He's just not about that. So
It's cute.
because it's different. It's not like the normal historical romances I've been reading. So as far as the like Christian aspect of it goes, because this is considered a Christian fiction, there has been like 2 or 3 mentions of God in the text, just like in passing. They pray to God that this happens, or they thank God that they were safe in the situation or something, but like very mild. It's not anything pressing. They're not trying to push anything or any type of agenda, I don't think. So I just want to put that out there in case anyone thought that it would be something like that and it would deter them from wanting to read this book. So far, I'm not getting that vibe. It's just a very clean historical Regency story. So yeah, we're gonna continue reading and hopefully get some answers finally from Kit, because I want to know. And yeah, I'll keep you posted. I'm trying not to give spoilers because hopefully at the end of this I'll encourage you guys to read it. So yeah, I'm gonna be vague, but let's keep reading. And yeah. This is just a really quick update / thoughts, I guess. I feel like this could make a really cute PBS miniseries. I don't know why, but it's like really cozy, even though the stakes in this book are semi-high. We now are realizing what the backstory behind Kit. I would say it's intense given the circumstances because of the time period. Even still, the setting makes it really cozy. We are given just a backdrop of a beautiful country estate, like a manor, on this beautiful, like secluded woodland area in England outside of London. We're like 80 miles out. And it just, the imagery here, the setting, it just sounds so cozy. And the cover is really giving that portrait where we are in the book, and I love it. It sounds really cute. It makes me want to have like a picnic in the countryside.
Not in Florida.
So I do like that. I just wanted to make a little note of that, because if you are interested in like cottagecore, cozy reading right now, it's very popular. It's definitely giving that, even though the writing was kind of slow in the beginning. I think that's why it's not really like a intense page turner, gripping your seat type of book. It's a little more calm and collected, even though the stakes technically are high. The way that this is written, it's like, okay, I can read this and just feel calm. I don't know if that made any sense at all, but anyway, let's finish this book and then I'll give you guys my final thoughts.
The next morning.
Okay guys, we did it. We finished this book. Whew, what a doozy. I ended up actually really enjoying this book. As I said from the beginning, it was a slow start. I do think that it could have been shortened. I've read Regency romances similar in style to this that were shorter in length, and I feel like you could have gotten away with it. So that would have been one of my only qualms with the book. The storyline overall was really cute. Like I said earlier, this is just a very cozy romantic read, and the premise was very interesting. At first I thought it was unrealistic, and I guess it kind of is. I've never read a Regency romance with this type of situation happening. I don't want to get too much into it without spoiling it. All I'll say is that our main character is not necessarily on the run, but she is from London society and she's not there anymore, and there's a lot of reasoning to that. So she has a lot of secrets, but I loved her character. She's a very selfless, sacrificial person. It was really heartwarming to read. And then I did like Graham's character as well. Unlike a lot of historical romances that I've read in the past anyway, he's not like a rake, he's not a cad, he's not some guy that just, is hopping around doing whatever and then he finds some random woman and then they fall in love. It is not that situation at all. So I found that to be very refreshing. And I think that's why I liked this book a lot, because it considered a Christian romance. It's just 100% clean. Nothing gives you the inclination that something is happening. It really is just the normal type of romance you would expect back then, I guess. Very proper. Very good overall. As far as like the Christian aspect to it, there are towards like the halfway mark and then towards the end again some references to God, and a moment where one of them is like praying for something, and a reference to the Bible as well in one of the characters in the Bible. Again, I'm not going to give specifics because it will give spoilers to the book, but I thought it was really well done, and honestly I think anyone could read it. I don't think it's anything that would make someone uncomfortable regardless of your religion. I think that if you just enjoy Regency romance for what it is, and you are a fan of books like Pride and Prejudice, Mansfield Park, any of Jane Austen's books, you'll like it because it's basically that. The only thing that is different is the writing style. It does not sound like the author wanted to make it at all like a historical romance type of dialogue between characters. I don't know if that makes sense, but it's not going to sound like a Jane Austen book. It almost sounds more modern day, but we're in this early to mid 1800s setting. So I hope that made sense. But yes, overall, I will give this book a 4-star rating, only because I do think that it could have been a little shorter and it didn't grip me from the beginning, but once I got into it, I really enjoyed it. So yeah, that is my thoughts on A Defense of Honor. I hope this was a good review for you guys. I wanted to get into Christian fiction, like the genre. What can you expect from a book in that section of the bookstore? So I'm pleasantly surprised, and I think I'm going to try and get some more. Maybe I'll try a fantasy, see what that looks like. I think that could be really interesting, especially for people that are, if you are a Christian and you want to read more in that genre, in that space, but you also love romance books, you love fantasy, and you want to combine the two. Like, is that possible? Will it work? So yeah, that's what this video is. I hope you enjoyed it. That's gonna be it for me today. So thank you so much for watching. I hope this inspires you all to check out books you wouldn't normally read and just give them a fair chance. So go ahead and give this video a thumbs up if you haven't already. But until next time, I will see you in my next video. Bye.